Hi viewers, today we are going to see Salesforce Business Analyst Practice Part 8. So in this presentation, we are going to look at collaboration with the stakeholders for identifying the stakeholders and develop a relationship with them as a trusted advisor to act as a liaison between business and technical teams. Um, Project stakeholders are internal and external individuals who influence the final outcomes of the project. To understand the relations among project stakeholders, business analyst can create a stakeholder analyst. Stakeholder analyst is a document that identify individuals who make project related decisions. Stakeholders wheel is a visual representation of the level of influence different stakeholders have the project. To establish a strong work relationship with the stakeholders and team members working on a project, BA should establish trust in their mutual relations. Trust increase employee productivity and improve collaboration between team members. There are different ways of building trust and different influence styles for managing teams working on the project. um, Developing relationship with the project stakeholders have different steps, so we can see one by one. The first one is explaining the importance of the project. Stakeholders engage in the project if they understand its impact on the organization. Setting the right expectations, everyone must be aligned on project scope and what is included and excluded from the work plans. Supporting team members through changes. Team members support each other through technology changes. Translating business needs and technical concept. Business stakeholders must understand technical concept, while technology team must have an overview of business needs. Providing timely updates. Stakeholders must be updated regularly on the project progress. Building work relationships. Stakeholders are engaged in the project if they are working in a collaborative and supportive environment. Stakeholder analyst is it's identifying individual who make project related decisions. Who are the project stakeholders? Stakeholders are internal and external individuals who influence the final outcome of the project. Internal stakeholders include the project owner, project manager, and team members working on the project deliverables. External stakeholders are the end user or customers of the product or service, partner from other organization, competitors, suppliers, and regulators. Importance of stakeholders analysis. Stakeholder analysts identify all individual engaged in the project. It is fundamental to the planning process of the project as it shows the dependencies between stakeholders and ensures that the project objectives take into account the expectation and insight of all parties. Stakeholders wheel. Stakeholders wheel display the level of influence different stakeholders have over the project. Wider environment. Stakeholders who must be informed about the progress of the project but are at the minimum level of engagement. For example, regulators, suppliers. Technology side, stakeholders who are frequently engaged in the project and shape its final outcomes. For example, subject matters experts, consultant, advisor. Outside influence, enterprise level, technology, project team. Enterprise level is stakeholders who receive updates on the progress of the project, review the deliverables, and make final decisions, but are not engaged in the deliverable process. For example, project sponsor, project team, core internal stakeholders of the project who work in is critical to the successful project delivery. For example, project manager, business analysts, developers. um, RACI chart. A RACI chart is a matrix that shows stakeholders and the activities involved in process or project. R is for responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. Responsible represent the person who performed the actual work to complete the task at hand. Accountable represent the person who ensured the quality of the task that was completed. An example is the project executive. Consultant represent people who have per- pertinent knowledge for the task or project. They can contribute and provide feedback. An example is a subject matter expert. Informed represent the person who needs to know about the progress and final decisions or outcome. Challenges working with project stakeholders. Business analysts act as a liaison between the business side and the technical team working on a project. They can face a range of challenges when working with all parties involved in a project. Lack of awareness of the project impact. Stakeholders may not engage in the project because they do not see the value of proposed changes and their impact on the organization. They see the project as a distraction from important daily tasks. Resistance to change. Stakeholders may be hesitant to actively participate in the project out of fears of how it will change their role in the organization and impact their day-to-day task. They may prefer to maintain the current state and resist changes. Passiveness. Stakeholders may feel discouraged from participating in the project if they lose interest in the proposed ideas, especially when they are complex or technical and require going through additional resource. Lack of clarity and vision. Stakeholders may not want to engage in the project if they do not see how it fit in the vision of the company. Lack of direction, a sense of purpose and clarity lead to waste and registration. Engage stakeholders in the project. To engage stakeholders in the project, business analysts translate business needs into task or technical teams and explain technical concept in business terms for the business side. Importance of the project. Stakeholders are more likely to engage in the project if they understand its impact on the organization and have a vision for what the end state will look like. Setting expectation. Business analysts must ensure that project expectations are clear and everyone is aligned on the scope of deliverable, including what falls outside of the agreed work plan. Support through changes. Business analyst can help the team manage changes through transparent communication, listening and acting on feedback, and providing the necessary resource. Regular and timely update. BAs can ensure that the stakeholders are updated on the progress of the project by providing information on timeliness, risk, and changes to agreed scope. Building work relationship. Business analyst can ensure stakeholders are engaged in the project by building a collaborative and supportive environment around the project. Trust and influence style. Business values of trust. Establishing trust in work relationship has a positive impact on the team's productivity and the number of proposed innovative ideas. Significance of trust in work relationship. Developing trust in the work environment positively influence employee engagement in their work, increase their productivity, and improve collaboration between team members. Maintaining positive, trusted work relationship ensure that all viewpoints are considered when decisions are made. Ways of building trust. Interaction between team members allow the team to for strong work relationship and build trust. Personal connection. When team members get to know each other personally, they are more likely to take care of one another and collaborative to resolve issues together. Transparency gives the team visibility into the vision, priority, and performance of the company, and opening the platform for individual to raise questions, encourage honestly. Acting on feedback. When team members see that their feedback is taken into account, they are more likely to openly share their thoughts and ideas for improvement in the future. Owning up to mistake. Team members must feel secure enough to admit their mistake, take responsibility for their error, and share lesson learned from negative situation. Consistency. Team should strive to create an environment where members are reliable, supportive, keep their promise, and communicate clearly and honestly. Influencing style. Influencing style describe different approach and tactics for influencing others. Collaborative style consider the perspective of others and it tries to achieve a solution that meets everyone needs. Assertive style relies on the authority of the person leading the process. This person decide which option is the way to go. Analytical. Analytical style is objective, data driven, and based on fact. It relies on weighting the pros and cons of all options. Accommodating. Accommodating style tries to compromise on decisions to balance the expectation and the interest of the entire team. Inspiring style use stories and motivation to inspire team members to build upon ideas and viewpoints. Skilled relationship, sympathy and empathy. Team members should be able to recognize the difference between sympathy and empathy and be aware that strong work relationships are built on empathy. Sympathy feelings allow a person to recognize that another individual experienced hardship. When responding with the sympathy, people may express concern and sorrow over difficulties others go through but maintain distance from their situation. Empathy. Empathetic feeling allow a person to share emotion and consider the hardship of others without judgment. When responding with empathy, people experience the feeling of others but do not propose solution. Work style. Working in large team requires understanding and empathy towards individual work style. Task. Team members may prefer to complete a task such as research, product, or service development or solution of prototype design. They perform efficiently when working individually. Coordination and communication activities. Members of teams may be best suited for coordinating the work and collaborating with others. They may enjoy facilitating workshop, moderating meetings, or delegating tasks. Organizational activities. These team members lead the work and are engaged in planning and managing project, gathering resource and making decisions. Skilled relationship. Skilled relationship are based on self-control, awareness, and empathetic response to the feeling of others. Building skilled relationship. To build skilled relationship, team members must be attentive to their emotional response, train themselves to stay calm under pressure, and developing listening skills. Team management, team agreement. Team agreement recognize different work style to allow each team member to focus on what they excel at and develop the relevant skill set to create an effective team agreement. Team members examine how their team work, their measures of success, which responsibilities each team members has, how they work through conflict and how they can build trust. Developing skilled relationship. Establishing positive work relationship with team members aids in effective and collaborative work. Diverse workplace. Embracing the broad range of perspective, expand the number of ideas proposed by team members, diversifies the team skills, and identify and helps remove potential basis. Active listening skill. Developing active listening skill help individual pay attention to the word of the speaker, reflect on what is being said, and respond in the non-judgmental relevant way. Communication skill. Communication skill aid in attentive listening, conveying clear message when speaking, and creating a shared understanding of the discussed topics. Developing skilled relationship. Establishing positive work relationship with team members aids in effective and collaborative work. Supporting others. Helping others resolve their problems, improve overall team productivity, resolve internal conflict, and build trust between team members. Managing technology. Supporting team members through technological changes and giving them the time to adapt to change, reduce stress, and improve team morale. Sharing knowledge with others eases their learning curve, fosters collaborations and alignment between team members, and lead to more effective teamwork. Developing trust and honesty. Providing a safe space for every team members to share their opinion without fear drives innovative ideas, build mutual respect between team members, and encourage transparency. We can see some scenarios. Business analysts at Cosmic Advisor are tasked with eliciting the requirement for the company's major upcoming project. The project will overhaul the current sales and customer service process at the company. BAs recognize that many people will be involved in the project and there are many requests they must gather. They would like to establish who will perform the development of registered changes, who the key decision maker are, and understand if the external individual will influence the outcome of the project. What can business analysts utilize to create an overview of the project stakeholders? The solution is business analyst document all project stakeholders with the use of stakeholder analysis. Stakeholder analysis is a fundamental for the discovery and planning process of the project because it allows BAs to understand the dependency and the relation among project stakeholders. BAs can also create a stakeholder wheel to visually display the levels of influence different stakeholders have on the project. Stakeholders wheel can show four major parties engaged in the project. For example, the project team, technology side, enterprise level, and the wider environment. Stakeholders, the next scenario is the stakeholders working on one of the project at the Cosmic consultant do not engage in the discovery requirement gathering or planning process of the project. They do not understand how the project will impact the company, do not understand most of the technical concept discussed at project meeting. What can business analysts do to encourage stakeholders engagement in the project? The solution is business analysts bridge the gap between technology and the business team involved in the project. They should work on translating technical concept into business terms so that project stakeholders understand how the final deliverables will impact the organization. Business analysts can also clarify the vision of the project and ensure that everyone grasps the response for the changes that will be implemented. Those are all the few link for the resource what I used, and you can also go ahead and thank for the focus on force for some resource too. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe for my channel. Thank you.